Welcome to the very first edition of the Lost Raiders. Happy to have you along. We're going to be taking a look on this channel at all of the things mid-game. For those of you who, like me, watch a lot of the really great content that's out there for Raid Shadow Legends, it's mostly focused on end-game stuff, the ideal setup for your teams, and I've personally found that a lot of it doesn't really apply to us as mid-game players, and it's very hard to find that sweet spot of balance between attack, defense, all of those different details. So what we're going to do on this channel is we're going to take a look at all of those things from a mid-game player's perspective, somebody who doesn't spend a lot and who doesn't have endless amounts of silver, say, or gems, or energy. So the very first thing that we're going to take a look at on the channel is arena, and specifically my arena team. I have had a very, very hard time in the last month and a half. I was in gold 4 and I have just absolutely sunk down all the way to silver 2 for quite a while now, and I've just started climbing out, as you can see here, and I'm going to show you a little bit about my process of starting to climb out that I've gone over the last about 2 weeks or so, and all it's taken, and specifically some of the numbers that it's taking to actually start to push more damage and actually make a difference in silver and hopefully going into gold. So let's take a look at it. So one of the main focuses from my recent efforts here in Raid have been my arena team. And I'm looking at an arena defense team as well as an arena offense team. I have never really gotten a true dedicated arena defense team, and so I've been slowly working on building that up, and I've also been looking to retool my arena offense team for some very good reasons that you'll see soon. And so hopefully today you will learn some things from my mistakes and also from my successes. So let's take a look at it. So first we're going to take a look and see how exactly my team has been doing on defense. This is pretty typical. You'll see here, defeat, defeat. One victory out of all of these battles. Just to give you an idea, right here, these two right here are with one different version of my team. I changed. This was the first loss with another version. I did a couple more. I can't remember. I think I won one of those with that team. Switched again. Probably right about here, and then lost 3 in a row again. I've gone with a couple of different variations. I'm trying to make this arena defense team just really difficult to fight, not quick, and easy to defeat. So this is the team that I switched to from my arena offense team. So Lysandra for speed, so I won't get outmaneuvered right off the bat, and then control with Molly, big shield with Zelata, and then Fellhound provides reflect damage, which I've been hoping would help with any AoE nukers coming in. With an AoE basically reflect damage, it could wind up taking him out if he's not careful. And so that's been the idea with that. He also has a continuous heal. He has a continuous heal. Fellhound has the weaker version. So the idea being basically you're not going to get a turn because Molly's in here. When you do hit, she heals, and she's got a big shield on her. Fellhound is supposed to do some damage with his attack. I don't know if he uses it enough for it to be effective yet, and I'm going to give you an idea of that right now, just to show you basically what that looks like. This is a pretty good example of a team I'm trying to not... This is my arena offense team, by the way. So this is the team I had on defense, and then I replaced them with Fellhound version and Zelata. So this is the example of a team that I would probably fight on offense, because they don't have a speed lead. They have 2 blues and a red, so typically for me, that's going to work. Avoid doesn't matter with affinity. So it doesn't matter for me because I have Steel Boyer as force affinity, so she would go up against them. So this is an example, and I put it on auto here just to get an idea, because I play one way, and the computer will play a totally different way. So this has been a pretty good start so far. 2 freezes, no damage on us. We're going to see if Fellhound actually attacks here. One of the issues that I have is he just does not take enough turns. Oh, man. Wow. There you go. This is a very tough team, by the way. This is a very tough team. I had this team beat a level in Nightmare campaign, and they were fighting some extremely tough characters. So that gives you an idea right there. One of the issues I do have is Fellhound just simply doesn't attack. He throws his buffs on so many times in a row. His cooldowns are so low that he actually doesn't even attack. So that's a problem in that comp. That's why I kind of changed it. Also, for whatever reason, I mean, obviously, it's bad affinity for Molly, but this guy right here messes her up. Messes her up. One of the things I want to test is if I switch these two so that she's got more resistance against those stuns, and then I really feel like I need to maybe take him out, just to provide a little bit more offense from that position. I've thrown a Rock Breaker in here because he's even more control, but he doesn't do enough consistent damage yet. So, you know, I might just throw this in here. This is my normal attacker. She's replaced my Kale. She does a lot of AoE damage. So very interesting. We weren't faster, but we're second fastest. Which I don't have a problem with. Lissandra's skill, it doesn't matter if she's not fastest. If she gets the rest of your team to hit next, you're fine. Oh, didn't matter. Got that extra resist, and it still stunned her. One nice thing about this right here, though, is we've already killed one. Steel Boyer's doing her work. It was nicely done. Yeah, if we don't get her out quick, it's not going to be good. There, we got a problem. These spheres are flying out like they're going out of style. So you can clearly see where they've gone for trying to be annoying. They've accomplished it. All those spheres running around make it very, very hard. This could be a very long battle. So here you can see I finally did beat them. My previous battle that I showed you that I started did not end in victory. It was an extremely, extremely long battle. I even took it over after about 7 or 8 minutes because we weren't making any progress. Tried to take out the apothecary because he kept healing the Madame Ceres, who was getting close to death, but he just kept reviving her. Then I went after him, and he kept reviving himself. We eventually lost after like 12 minutes. So I went ahead and said, well, you know, we're going to make sure we get the win because I knew I could beat them with her defense down. So that was a good result for our arena offense team. Mixed results on how the arena defense team worked out. If one of my goals was to make it not easy to beat me, for it to take a really long time, that was accomplished without a doubt. That team with the Zelota has a lot of sustain. It doesn't have a lot of damage. If Zelota had his sleep working, it would be a lot tougher team. And the only reason he doesn't is because I don't have him built for the arena specifically. He's built for my clan boss team. And I'm not going to change him right now. He doesn't need accuracy for that, and so I've built up his other stats. Until I do, I was just really just hoping that this guy was going to step in and just do a job of work for me temporarily. I think I'm going to keep him in there with the Steel Boyer. So we're going to drop Fellhound again. I just want to make this team tougher to beat. This is going to probably bring us, yeah, this brings us to 83. Molly's resistance is much better than it used to be. I'll go ahead and show you guys. It is, she now has a resistance chest on her. And so she's pretty tough. 161. 172 accuracy. So she provokes almost everybody. I've had this accuracy on her for forever. For forever. 3 months at least. 3 months is obviously forever now. But this is a new thing for her, so her power has definitely gone up. She's now almost 31,000 in the power. The only thing I might change eventually, because I've got her defense up to, what is this? I like to do math instead of being lazy. So 36. It's almost 3,700 defense, which sounds like a lot to me. I've definitely seen some builds where that's not a lot, but it's pretty tough. And for silver, it should be very, very tough. But if I wanted to, obviously these are only 4-star. These are only 4-star, not fully upgraded yet. So one of these could be upgraded, and one of these could be crit rate instead. So she actually not only has a lot of defense, but she has a lot of crit rate, so she hits even harder. Because right now she does hit pretty hard consistently, but it's all based off her raw defense. So this is Steel Boyer's build. Wanted you guys to take a look at it. It's an improved build from where I had her before. To take a look at her stats. This time we'll be lazy. We'll take a look here. 23,000 health points. That's up from about 18. Attack 2248. That's down about 200 from where she was. Defense is up about 400 from where she was. Speed about the same, maybe a little lower. The main difference that I made was crit rate and crit damage. I've never had worried about these two stats here. They're pretty much irrelevant for her. This was over 100%, maybe about 104, 105, and this was only about 120%. So getting this extra 50% has made a huge difference in me finally being able to do what she was doing for me back when I was ascending from silver into gold. And I made it all the way up to gold 4. You know, I was being opportunistic, but everyone does. I was still able to do just like how I do now, where I was able to select certain battles and win them, and I wasn't losing a lot of defensive battles either. It was about 50-50. But basically, what was good a month ago is no longer good enough. If you want to be in silver and you want to be winning most of your battles when you select the right ones, because that is important, you've got to up your game. It's no longer put together a solid build with good synergy, and it's going to be okay. You've got to start seriously pushing your stats up higher now. So here is an update now this morning after I changed my arena defense team. I've got quite a string of victories, actually. This is right about here. This is where I changed the team because before that it was before last night. And so the last 7 hours, which is roughly about since reset. Very nicely done. 1 win, 1 defeat. So that's 4 out of 5 wins. And then 2 this morning. I beat 1 Valkyrie team, lost... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. They readjusted. Interesting. They had to take out a Sir Nicholas and put in a Kale. Had to hit me a little harder. But I'd call that a success. I've never had a run like that on the arena defense. We'll see if it sticks and holds true, though. Ikatoon is actually faster, though. Everything going well so far, though. That's ideal. Other than, of course, this was the weak affinity, so that's to be expected. But I want to see if this attack is going to put down... It should take down her. She's a 50. I want to see how it's going to do to her. I think it's going to take down the Athel. Dark Athel is going to stay. Oh, wow. Okay, so there you go. And now we can auto the rest of that. That's job done. So that was very nice. I've struggled a little bit on offense. We'll take a look here. Battle log on attack. You can see here, some of this was me testing, I think, yesterday, right? Oh, no, wait, this is all today. So, still a very mixed bag. Not getting enough consistent victories. I had two defeats earlier. And, yeah, pretty disappointing on attack. It is better. The one area that I'm happy with is this right here. This is much better. I am okay with a 50 or 40% win rate on defense. I just don't want to go losing 100 points in a day like I was doing. That's partly what happened to me. But I'm still struggling to find teams that I can actually attack with confidence. That was a pretty good one right there. Wasn't a very well balanced team. This is a team right here that probably is going to be tough with my current configuration. 117, so they're not too powerful. They are going to have resistance, though. So this is one of those teams where I've been coming up with a new idea, and it's going to be tough for me because I've used Molly in the arena for my offense and my defense. She's my first legendary, and it's very hard for me to not go into battle with her. But if I can take her out, I can take Zargala out. I've got some really good champs, and I'm sure you guys have been looking at them and going, why don't you use them? What I'm thinking I want to do at some point is go with a comp like this, possibly. And it'll depend on the affinity as to which one, but this one right here, especially because I'm going against a Zelata who has a shield. And because they don't have a speed lead, they're probably going to have a shield set on. I want Vala, no matter what. But then anyone else would be... this slot here would be optional. But the actual composition would be more like this. Because the idea is she's going to go first, second, third. Unfortunately, right now, he is so fast. He is almost as fast as Lysandra. Over 200. These guys, not even close. Boyer's about 108. Talia's 150-ish right now. But ideally, I would come in with this. So that these two, strip the shield, take them down, ideally halfway. Because once she takes the shield off, she attacks. So once she's attacking hard enough, she could take down by 25, and she could take down by 25, and then he finishes off the rest of the team. Or at least one or two of their weaker ones. So it would probably be her. Well, Septimus might not take her. It would be him. And, I mean, depending on... Like I said, depends on how we do. He's very, very good against Spirit and Force. Definitely going to need somebody else to help him with these two. But if we can take out two of them, we're going to be in good shape. We're going to be in very good shape. So it'll kind of depend. But this is where I think I need to transition to. I'm just not ready yet. I need to speed tune, get the synergy working better. The other thing I'm going to do is going to change her masteries, and I'm going to go do it for you guys right now. Okay, so here is Steel Boyer's masteries and what I wound up going with. Typical build for the most part right here, crit rate, crit damage. Actually reset the gems on this, and I kind of picked the wrong one. So this is kind of an interesting decision anyway. It increases damage when you are lower, when you're down closer to death, which I like with this right here. This is a very powerful skill with your heavy hitters. So you're going to heal by 5% when you're 50% or less, and now she's going to attack 5% harder when she's got that. It wasn't what I wanted. I think I wanted either that one or, yeah, this is the one that usually is recommended for arena. But messed up, not going to reset it again. My basic goal was to go down here with this, go down to Helm Smasher, so we can ignore defense. And we went there. This one right here is in case we get loaded with debuffs. It's also an option for me so that I can maybe use her with old Mossbeard. So because he adds debuffs, I haven't tested it really successfully yet. I haven't had a good situation for it. But then we went here. This is the one I really wanted, counterattack. So when you get hit hard in the arena, you have a really good chance to counterattack. So that's very important. This is also nice. Keep getting attacked over and over. Nothing too exceptional there, but that's what her masteries now are. And basically, we have seen an improvement, but we're going to continue to track it and see how far it can actually gain over the next couple of weeks. And we're still going to try and push the damage up a little bit more. But thank you for joining me here on the Lost Raiders. And it's been a good time. And just remember that X never, ever marks the spot.